Hey guys, so today's video is all about spy shots and leaked information. So be sure to keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to yet another news update. My name is Ayman Abdullah and today we are talking about spy shots. We're talking about Proton spy shots. We are talking about leaked information about a facelifted Iris and Persona. We're talking about some mysterious Lynk & Co vehicles that have been spotted going about. We're going to talk about the X70 CKD model, and we are going to release a little bit of info about the all-new Perodua Aruz, which is launching tomorrow. So, I apologize for the birds, there's not much I can do about that. So let's get right into it. So Proton has been very busy. They've been testing out facelifted versions of the Proton Persona, the saloon that we're all very familiar with, as well as the Iris. Now, we're made to understand that both of these cars will be launched sometime this year, the facelifted versions of these cars. So they'll maintain the same chassis, and unfortunately we're told that they'll maintain the same drivetrain. I know that quite a lot of people, myself included, were very excited to maybe see a new drivetrain option, but we're told that that's not going to be the case. Instead, what we're going to see is some updated aesthetics. So the Iris is going to start using the same lights as the Persona. It's also going to get a very distinctive front end, as you can see here, that was provided to us by our friends at Fantastico. In fact, Fantastico is one of the biggest sources for in-depth industry information if ever you're looking for it. In addition to that, we're also made to understand that the Iris facelift will incorporate the Geely GKUI infotainment system. Now, this is of course a major breakthrough because obviously the Iris platform was not developed to integrate Geely's GKUI infotainment system, but somehow they managed to put it in there. Now, we're also told that the features of the GKUI will be broadly similar to what you'll get with the X70. However, there may be some limitations insofar as the voice recognition AI assistant is concerned. It will perhaps lack some of the headlining features that we've come to like of the X70. Knowing that the GKUI system will be built into the facelifted Proton Iris, it is then safe to assume that the same system will be employed in the Proton Persona. Now again, the Persona will have some aesthetic changes, front and rear, some different lights, bumpers, you know, the usual sort of thing, but the big change will come in that GKUI infotainment system. Now we're made to understand that the powertrain will see a little bit of revision, not a major change. There won't be a new engine or a new gearbox, but it'll be slightly more refined, slightly better, slightly more improved than the cars that we're already used to. So that's all very exciting. Now, in addition to this, we have seen some spy shots of a Proton X70, which still has its camouflage on it, again, courtesy of Fantastico. You can read all of the links down below where I've put them in the description. Now, this CKD model, as we're made to understand, or as is being assumed, it's quite mysterious because the X70 has already been launched. Why would there be an X70 with disguise? So we've assumed that it must be a CKD model. Furthermore, a shot of the interior through one of the passenger windows has revealed a slightly different gear selector. Now, this has led us to believe that this is the 1.5-litre turbocharged engine model, which we are told may come toward the end of this year, as well as a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox courtesy of Geely. We've seen this gear lever or this gear shifter in 7 DCT models from the Geely range. Now, the 1.5-litre X70 is expected to arrive when the X70 goes into CKD sometime in either June or July this year. Now, this is all very exciting, of course, because that means that with the arrival of the 1.5 TGDI, we can hopefully expect to see the X70 arrive at a much more palatable price point. I know many people have been complaining about the fact that the cheapest X70 is very nearly 100,000 ringgit, but hopefully with the 1.5 it will become slightly more affordable. Now, in addition to this, it's been rumored that Proton is working on an X50. Now, this is purportedly based on the Geely SX11 or the Binyue in China. Now, this car hasn't yet been spotted in Malaysia. However, some lightly disguised Lynk & Co vehicles, debadged of course, have been spotted near the Proton factory or near the Proton COE in Shah Alam, and it's also been spotted in Genting premium outlets of all places. Now, interestingly, when these cars were spotted at GPO, there were two different models. There was a Lynk & Co 01 SUV and the 02 SUV, which is slightly smaller. Now, we are going to go out on a limb here and say that these two cars, although they might have the same powertrain, could be testing or test mules for two different Proton vehicles. Geely at the moment is working on a Coupe SUV, we understand that much, and it should be about the same size as the X70, just minus a little bit of practicality, of course, and perhaps perhaps the larger version, the 01 SUV, could be testing its powertrain for this model. Now, this is, of course, very, very exciting. Now, moving on to Perodua news. So the Aruz is very nearly upon us. The launch will be held tomorrow evening, late evening. So expect a video update from us the following morning. Now, the Aruz, we've actually driven the car. We know what it feels like. We know what it's like to drive, to handle. We know the features. And there are many, many things that we can now report that we weren't able to do so before. So the Aruz does bear a striking resemblance to the Toyota Rush and the Daihatsu Terios. However, there are unique bumper profiles front and rear, there are unique alloy wheels, and the interior is almost completely unique to the Perodua because Perodua felt that the interior of the Toyota Rush was not suitable for the Malaysian market, and so they customized it and made it specifically, or rather more suited to our tastes. Now, the Aruz will use the same 1.5-litre VVT-i engine as was in the Perodua MyV, and that'll produce about 105 PS if I'm not mistaken, and it'll be paired to a 4-speed automatic gearbox, sending power to the rear wheels. However, claimed fuel consumption is 15.1 litres per 100 kilometers. Sorry, 15.1 kilometers per litre. I keep forgetting they use a different metric. And that should mean that it's very, very frugal. Now, we should hopefully be getting an Aruz on test before the end of this month, which means that we should be able to get a video review to you very, very soon after that. But of course, before that, we will be in attendance at the launch tomorrow at a location we can't tell you. And we will get that video up as soon as possible. We are very, very excited to tell you all about Malaysia's new SUV, the one that's actually properly affordable this time around. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked our content, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the little bell icon if you'd like to be updated every time we upload a new video. Also, please, we've just unlocked our new community page thanks to our 1,000 subscribers, which we're very, very grateful for. Post your comments, your photos, anything you want on our page. We love talking back. We love giving you guys even more insight and answering your questions and being as much help as we can. Now again, thank you all so much for watching. We will catch you in the next video.